Since the original release of the Cutsheet Submittal generator, we've made several enhancements to the system. In the original recording, you notice we went over here to the inventory screen, and then we pressed this additional field, and we were able to get to these fields where we could find our picture, and we can also put a description. Now this description is an alternate description. If you put a description here, it will be used in place of what's in the project editor. So you have the ability to have one that's going to be seen by the customer and one that's going to be seen by the sign-off authority in the table of contents. The next change that's been made to this is we've made it easier to update and add documents to the part number. And now all you have to do is press the control key and this little picture here, and it'll bring you to a shorter version of that screen where you can set up the descriptions and the link to the image. The other capability is you can now say there's no image here, and the system won't give you an error message because you forgot to link a document. It'll understand that you purposely said there's no image to this particular part number. We've also allowed you to do the same thing with E-lines now. So now you can come over here and attach a image to an E-line, so that even if it's a part that's not in the system, a real part number, you can still have an image. That way you can present it to your customer on a proposal. The next capability that we've added is, you'll notice that we have a text line that can be part of a bill of materials and a text line that can be part of the table of contents. And we've made a significant improvement here in that if you're on a part number, you can press the Alt key and then it'll take you to a whole setup screen where you can completely configure all of the objects, whether they're appearing or not appearing at a line level. So in some cases, you can say, I want this to appear or not appear on a cut sheet submittal, and I want this to appear on a proposal or not appear. You also have access to the no image button. So if there's no image, you don't have to go to a second screen. You can just say right here, there's no image. You can also tell the system at a line level that there's an alternate description here. That way, it's all in one screen, and you can modify the descriptions as to what's going to appear in the table of contents and or the bill of materials. We said earlier that you have the ability to have lines that will appear in the table of contents, so you can control them at a line level. I want this in the table of contents. I want this on the bill of materials. For the bill of materials, you can also make it bold, you can center it, and you can even change the font pitch. So some very significant capabilities have been added to Cutsheet Submittal Generator, and it gives you full control at a line level. The other capability we've added to the system is, since you have so many options where you can have a bunch of lines here which are not part of the quote proposal but part of the Cutsheet Submittal tool, we've given you ability to create a subassembly so that all of these can be hidden from the project editor by doing a part number like this. DMM-CSP-HDR1 is an assembly that I've created. And in that assembly, you'll see I've got the same text lines that I have and the same common and proposal page. And then I can just go ahead and say load assembly. And now it'll stick those lines right there. And we literally can delete these lines from the project editor, because when we go to print out the proposal, the system's going to kick in and bring in these lines for us automatically here. And similarly, we can control these lines by pressing the Alt key again right here. And now again, we've got the same capabilities where we can control. You'll notice the table of contents lines are not selected. We actually have to select them if we want them to apply, and the same with bill of materials. We have to select them. But the system understood that these part numbers are specific to the cut sheet and proposal system, so it automatically selected them for you. And then you can just hit the save button here. And then when you're finished, you return back to the original project. And we can, in fact, delete these lines because we don't need them anymore in the main proposal.
To create the subassembly, we mark the section we want to create as the assembly by simply selecting the lines down to here. Press the Control-C character or this button here. Notice we've marked 202 to 2L. Then we go to a fresh line in the project and put the part number we want to use. In this case, I'm going to do DMM CSP HDR2, and then we can simply use the assembly and load it. And now you see the system has created the SubAssembly, and now we can literally delete these lines from our quote. You can go into the SubAssembly with this edit button here, and you see the lines are there, and then you can use the Alt and then the image button here to set these lines to be table of contents, etc. And then you hit your Save button, and now this is ready to go. Exit back here, and now you're back at the project. A couple points to note: that if you go to Maintain Inventory Assemblies, a few things have been set for you to make this work, and that is the following. You'll notice that this backlist is set to be list CST for the Cutsheet tool, and also this is a non-assembly, so that it comes in properly formatted for you automatically.
The other capability that's been added to the system is now we have a bill of materials capability that we can now include with the Cutsheet Submittal package, so we don't have to do an external report in advance. We just go ahead and say include bill of materials and then press go, and the system will go ahead and assemble the bill of materials for you and then create the Cutsheet Submittal. And if we go down here, you notice there's your table of contents with the lines that I said will be their capability. Then you've got your cover page, and then you've got your bill of materials, and then you've got the rest of the objects like so. And there's your bill of materials. Notice here you've got bolding and centering capabilities, so you've got a way to format the text a little nicer through with the bill of materials. And then you've got, of course, your cut sheets will jump in like that. On the proposal side of things, we can go over here to select proposal. On this page, we have the combined proposal with cut sheets, and you can even select all objects, or you can use the line-by-line capability we showed you earlier in the tape. Once you've made your selection, you go ahead and do View, and the system first creates the proposal and then brings up the Cutsheet tool to combine everything together into one big document. And in this case, you see here, we've got a table of contents with the lines that are on the table of contents, the cover page, and then the proposal. And then we go on down into the actual body, and the first document we see is the actual proposal. Again, there's that same centered line that we had that was on the bill of materials as well. And then, of course, we kick into the actual cut sheets, so tools like so. This is version 2 of the Cutsheet Submittal Generator and Project Document Binder. Thank you very much.